So that should be announced here soon, mid-February, I think is what Nick is targeting, correct?
Yes.
So we gotta get all those awards ordered, all those, the blank. Right?
Bling bling.
So watch for that. Again, our mission statement to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. Some birthdays today. Pam Turner Harbin, happy birthday. Hope you are doing well. Jason Priest will be celebrating next Tuesday, so be sure to wish him well in the coming week. Any bucket fills? I had to leave it on there again. Right, it's such a quiet day. It's a quiet day.
You should have stayed in the office yesterday.
Yeah.
There was
I do
literally
have to
zero.
admit, after the last meeting, I went and clicked on
There's
Santa's
actually
TikTok and it's killer.
Wow, yeah.
Tanner, what's your TikTok?
Yeah.
Let me go see the name. What's it?
Oh,
Casey,
I
Casey Mortgage Man?
didn't put it in here this week. I didn't list your handle this week. Yes, so Tanner, to elaborate on that though, so Tanner is me.
I don't know
And
about
you
that.
have a marketing person that has come and you guys scheduled out all of those posts.
Yeah,
correct?
so we do it all in one day for the month.
For the whole month.
Mhm.
So how far in advance do you do it for the whole month?
So we go, usually we do it the first week of the month. That way she can post one that day and then have content that she knows for the whole day, because I'm not that creative anymore. And so she helps. So it's good.
Do you bring out the changes, to be honest?
I do.
You do?
Yeah, because if I had the same outfit, every time, they'd be like, this guy's just weird,
Yeah, well.
or they know what I'm doing.
Makes
So,
I
yeah,
don't, I don't judge, I don't judge my TikTok people that have like 6 talks.
All right, good. That's
the
good to
same
know.
outfit.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't.
Or
Really?
rotate through it.
Judgy.
Give me fresh content.
all right.
So judgy.
I'm gonna make one a day just for you.
Appreciate it.
You're in the plaza,
Yeah,
in the office,
I will.
people know that that's like, hey, that's our office.
I will. I made like 2 in the office.
Any other bucket fills?
That's funny.
Anybody?
Thanks, Vanessa.
Anybody? Excellent, okay. Moving. Again, please welcome Kristen. She'll be involved with us on tomorrow. Carlos, Madison, and Diana. Courtney, would you like to come up and chat with us?
I guess, yes, let's do it.
You get to go first today. Usually
Okay.
Tanner normally,
I
right?
know, I know.
Welcome, hello. I don't have any new updates from title, at least on our side of the house. If you guys have any questions, feel free to come by and visit with me. Right now, it's we're kind of easing into the new year, so looking forward to working with you guys. Just come by and say hello. I do have planners back there and some desk calendars if you guys would like those for your office. Outside of that, that's all I've got.
Oh, everyone loves stuff.
I know.
You
Right?
Yeah.
I just got one. I haven't taken the shrink wrap off, so maybe I'll take it out.
And they're platinum branded, correct?
They are.
Yeah, oh, I love
They're
that.
the best.
I love that. Excellent. Well, thank you, Courtney. Okay, and then the Tanner Garber.
Oh,
I really do need to permanently add your handle on here.
you do. Nah,
Okay, you're all
need
set
to
up
do that.
again, and the chart goes through to the website. It's
Awesome. Hey guys, I'm on. Yeah, I just want to get on real quick, give a quick update on rates, as I know we talked a lot about that last week, just so you guys can kind of see what has been happening. Oh, you did it again.
Well, no, you click on this one and it'll go through to the website.
Really? Was this today? Is this
Yeah,
a- oh,
that was this morning when you sent it to me at like 7 AM.
I know, I'm sorry. That was, that one was on me. All right, let's get this logged in real quick, and then I'll show you guys an update on rates. Okay, I haven't seen what, oh, they're not good today.
I like how he instantly sees that.
I haven't checked for today. They came out on my drive here. Okay, so just want to give you guys a quick update. As we talked about, when we talked about last time, was right here, okay? And it hit that wall of support that we were talking about, as you can see, and bounced a couple days. Yes, bounced a couple days from that wall of support that we talked about last week. However, it broke through it, and the last 2 days have gotten even worse. So just a heads up, they are gonna keep creeping towards those 4s. There is not really an end in sight on when rates could start leveling out. We haven't had any updates on that. We get updates daily. Every single one of them is continuing to say, hey, they are continuing to slide, because if you see, there's not a very big floor support like we talked about last week. So just know They are gonna continue to slide. Talk to your lender as you wanna make sure that your people are approved that have been waiting for a while. So just keep your eyes up for that. I wanted to talk also, well, just real quickly, that's the main thing I have is just the markets, and then I got, wait, how do I go back to this slide?
Go up to the tab, awards tab.
What slide?
Yep.
Nice, okay, and then real quickly, at Fairway this week, all of our loan officers in our branch had more applications this week than they have had in 6 weeks, okay?
Yay.
So, just so you guys know, it's about to start being more competitive. And usually you can judge from how many applications come in the lending side, because that's all the different real estate agents they're working with. They've had more in this week than the last 6 weeks. So it's about to start that spring markets trend that we're getting into. So just a heads up on that, it could be competitive again. So now that's really our stuff. All right, let's see what I get next. Awards.
No, that's super helpful though, Tanner, and I appreciate you keeping us, you always do such a great job, so like, hey, it's been quiet, or, oh,
Right.
it's getting crazy.
So
Not to mention all the people that put things on hold.
exactly, till 2021, or they file their taxes, which taxes can officially be filed on the 24th of January next week. So if those people are waiting until the 24th to file quickly because they want a house, that could add a whole nother group of people next week.
And what a great reason to reach out to people that were on, like, waiting, to check in and say, hey, rates have changed, is it okay if I have Tanner run what mortgage payments are gonna be like when we were looking in the 325 range before? It's a great conversation.
Exactly, easy touch. So, any questions? Now you gonna pump us up again today?
I
I know.
don't know. Anything could
I
happen.
motivated you for the whole week last week, so I know. Do I have awards?
Yes, you do.
You might have to click on it, like click on the slide and then it will pull it all back up. Not the middle, like the edge. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. There you
Nice,
go.
okay. Slam dunk award. Adrian, she's not here right now, she's in Arizona, so good for her, lucky. But she had one, we cleared closed in 2 weeks, super easy borrower, was on top of it the whole time, so great job. It was a slower month for us, we didn't have in December, just naturally December, so we didn't have as many people, so we only have 2 awards. Next one goes to Sanctuary Casey and Amanda as for the MVP, as they had a big closing at the end of the month, last month, so congrats. All right.
Excellent,
Thanks, guys. If you need anything, let me know.
we'll do.
Unless I'm making a TikTok today, then don't let me know.
Thank goodness. Okay, Heartland Partners, Home and Auto, guys, if you have any claim reports you need or any quotes ran for anyone, another great touch to reach out to them. I wanted to put up here again, I know we talked about COVID last week, guys, we have a number, I'm not gonna name names because it's not appropriate or that I can, but we have people that are affected. And ask that if you are not well, take a test, don't come into the office. It's something that we would ask you to stay home, just because it's not just people's health and safety, I mean, it's people's businesses too. So even if you get it and it's mild, you're still not able to conduct business and whatnot. If you have COVID and you need assistance, please reach out to us and let us know. We'd be happy to connect you with somebody that can show on your behalf and assist with things. Okay, family reunion, guys, one more, another push for family reunion, that is gonna be in February in Orlando. It should be a really good time, and tickets are on sale now if you'd like to attend in person, or there is the option always to attend online and then be able to utilize all that material for months afterwards, so check it out. Happy hour, so again, we talked about this last week, Jim Gamble is opening up his home that they just remodeled, not too far from here, for happy hour on the 26th from 4 to 7. We will have Anessa send out an Eventbrite to RSVP after the meeting today. Sarah's put that together, so please RSVP so they know how much food and such to prepare. Okay, I added a new capper. So we wanted to celebrate some of our folks that have cats. So hopefully Rebecca is accidentally called her on the way here, but hopefully she's at home watching her first time capping, guys. So
Let's go.
It just killed it and is now at 100% commission for the rest of her fiscal year. So congratulations, Rebecca. I know in addition to growing a human and then, raising a small human, it's a great accomplishment. Your business is growing and we're so proud of you. Okay,
That's awesome.
another capper, Jessica Howe has capped. So please congratulate Jessica. And yeah, always super, super proud and excited for her. Okay, we also have the Facel group. So Jim Facel, the Facel group has capped as well. Congratulations. and Kevin Howe. So congratulations, Kevin, as well. Very proud of you, so. Okay, Trinity Homes, we got a lot of cappers.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
That's why I came in early.
It's cute. Okay, so then Holly and Leo also capped. So Holly and Leo, I hope you're doing well and congratulations. Okay, so a lot of cappers. That was fun. Okay, that's good. I like how we are working on things and I'm like, wait a minute. Okay.
Separate, but at the same time.
Let's do some awards. You guys want to do some awards?
Yes, we do.
Excellent. Okay, so in the month of December, we took 32 listings, which is one less than last year. Not bad, not bad. Congratulations. Since last December, everything was still plowing along pretty well. We'll start in the individual category. So in the individual category, we've got in third place, Miss Katie Forrest. Congratulations, Katie. We also have Jessica Howe.
Casey's coming too.
Honestly, everywhere, yeah. It's like my little shadow. Thanks.
What did we get? What did we get?
We also have in third place, Miss Kevin Howe. I'm sorry, these are not in order. I don't mean to make you walk. Or this is not working out correctly.
Oh, oops.
Yeah,
I don't know.
okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. So, okay, I'm gonna go off of these ones. Kylie Willis, yay, third place. You guys be patient with us. This is our first month getting to do the awards together with Anessa, which is always like the DFI's favorite thing. Like, it's often where they're like, can we do awards twice a month? And I'm like, no, because we only tally it once, so we can only do it once. You'll get the bonus of the annual awards here soon. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so in second place, this makes more sense. In second place, we've got Kevin Howe. So 4 listings taken. 6 listings in the month. Congratulations. Congratulations, Kevin. And then in first place, we've got, who's out on maternity leave, 6 listings taken, Miss Ashley Hallbigger. Congratulations.
That's wild.
Yeah, on maternity.
Going into maternity leave, 6
Not,
weeks.
yeah, like had a baby on the 20th of December.
That's-
So, I mean, rest you, I don't. Just kidding, just kidding.
Yeah, she's not.
Yeah, what's up?
There's
That's a little
people
passive
that
aggressive.
right out of the woodwork, like more pregnant, like I kid you not, like there's, I mean, lead generation is one thing.
a tactic?
But yeah.
It works.
But I have to add 2 of them and it worked both times. Stacy Porter will also swears by us. Okay, so in the team divisions, we've got 2 or more selling agents. In third or second place, we've got a tie between the Rowan team. So congratulations, Gary. I told him that he needs to have us over for a happy hour. So we can help them break it in. We also have the Gamble group. So congratulations. Probably a contract pending knowing that group. And then also the Facel group. Okay, and then for first place in the team division, we have, I spoke with her last week, we've got Ariel Kuchmeister. Congratulations. All right. Oh, my papers are here. In first place in the group division, so 3 or more selling agents, guys, we have the lovely Austin Home Team in second place. So Austin Home Team. And in first place, I'm surprised that they're not here. We've got the Cartridge Group taking 5 listings, guys. They are quiet back there. I don't know how quiet they actually are.
I was about to say, that group is not quiet at all.
But the door gets closed and they just work. So, okay, excellent.
I am here. Hello.
Oh, Rookie of the month.
Oh, yeah.
I had, okay.
He was the only rookie that.
No, I
produced
know, I
anything.
had covered it up, Nick. So I don't know if you thought that was a mistake and uncovered it, but
I
I
did.
wanted to have a big reveal. I think I ruined it. Cause I put a box over who the rookie of the month was, so I could be like, and.
100%.
Rookie of the month, yay.
That was on me, yeah.
It's okay. I don't know why I do the things I do. You're
No.
like, she must have forgot to type something on this. So
Yes.
delete it.
Thought it was a blank slide.
Okay, so we had a lot of fun with the guests last week. So we decided to bring another guest this week. Will you please, and do you like how, this is fair game, you guys are gonna learn this about me. Anything you put on Facebook as a photo is fair game for teen meetings.
Yeah, it's public domain.
It is.
Yeah.
I do this to teach everyone a lesson, like what goes on the internet. Maybe
There
it
are
will
worse
show
pictures you
up.
could have chosen, I appreciate.
I'm about to say, that's one of the best
I know.
pictures. Look how
This is
cute
a
the
really
kids
sweet
are.
picture of you and your family though. There are other ones that I really.
Yeah, you
didn't
could have
think about.
dug a little bit. and
Yeah.
it'd be so cute.
Do you want to?
I said you could have dug a little bit and it not have been so cute, so I appreciate
I
that.
mean, I enjoyed, I got lost in the, social media world, but okay, do you wanna join me up here? We'll do,
Okay.
we did a
Sure.
2 truths and a lie with
Sure.
Rebecca as well. She only sent me one set,
Oh.
so.
Was it supposed to be more? I like to talk about myself less than someone else.
Come on, man.
Wow,
Yeah.
I'm literally right here.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so Rebecca, I guess to let you know who this lady is as well. So Rebecca works with Matt and is an assistant team leader in the Northland. She's also super fun, and I will brag on your other pieces. Do you want to read these, or do you want me? You should read them.
Should I read them?
Do you think you'll give it away if you read them?
No, I'm a good liar.
Okay.
So first of all, I finished my 4-year degree in 2.5 years, and to celebrate, I sold everything that I owned and I moved to Hawaii with 1 suitcase. Secondly, I do have a twin sister named Rachel, and we both almost died at birth because my mom is kind of a big hippie and decided to have a home birth in this teeny tiny town that we're from. So hospital was a little ways away, and we obviously both made it. Thirdly, the first time I met my husband, he was dressed as Santa, and I fell head over heels for him, and we were married in less than 6 months.
I know, these are
That's
really
tough.
good.
Okay, what's the little town?
Purdy.
Purdy.
Oh, that's down south near Springfield.
It is, yep, about an hour south of Springfield, right by Princeton.
Oh, I see. Are you trying to figure, you're asking questions to see?
Yeah,
Dig around.
got it there.
Dig
Nice
around.
try,
That was
nice
true.
try.
Next.
Okay, so who thinks it's number 1? Okay, who thinks it's number 2? I'm gonna go with number 2 because I feel like I would have seen or heard about this. I don't like
The sister?
twin sister, yes. Unless you do live a double life and that's how you work out every single morning, do all of the other things you do. There's just 2 of you. That's a possibility. Okay.
We are identical, so.
I know, and I saw something you do. No, I'm just kidding. And who thinks it's the 3rd one? All right, Rebecca, keep us from our suspense.
Number 2, I do not have a twin sister. I do have a sister, 13 months younger than I am, but we're not twins.
Okay,
Oh.
okay.
The other
Answer
two.
two.
wrong with that.
So did everything else in that actually happen?
The home birth,
Yeah,
no.
okay.
No. I'm a big hippie, but my mom is wonderful.
Okay, tell us a little bit about moving to Hawaii with a single suitcase.
Yeah, that's.
Oh,
And 2.5 years, that's pretty impressive, Rebecca, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2.5 years for your parents.
yeah.
Where
You
did
must have
work
gotten
for
some
college
college
or was-
I went to
in high
SU
school.
in Baltimore.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, I'm a hard worker, I like education, and I wanted to get done with that as fast as I could. So, and then my husband and I, right after we got married, obviously.
So hold on, about back to Hawaii, like Big Island, Little
Big
Island.
Island, yep, so we
Big
lived
Island.
on the Big Island for 2 years, that's where I got my real estate license.
Oh.
We moved out there to help out with the church and just like escape from Missouri, because ooh. And so, yeah, one of the best things I've ever done.
Excellent.
Did you scuba dive?
I didn't scuba dive, so we were there for 2 years and I was pregnant for the full year of it.
Oof.
So I had a lot of fun year 1, and then year 2, I just
Nice.
kind of got fat and sold houses.
And that's okay too.
Right, and again,
Fun
like,
too,
you know,
right?
It was also fun,
Yeah.
but scuba diving was really fun.
Okay, well, tell me more about this husband here, like, let me go back a second, so that guy was
That's
Santa.
Tyler, yep, he was dressed up
Santa.
as Santa. We met on an Indian reservation over Christmas, and we were both there with different groups taking like Christmas to impoverished children in South Dakota.
Nice. And married less than 6 months later.
We did, yeah, we got married really quickly so that I could move off campus, and because also I loved him and also I wanted off campus. There were some strategies in that.
That's funny.
I love it, I love it. Well, thank you for playing along, this is super fun. Like, I think we need to include these, we should ask Lucas, if we can do one on Friday mornings on our leadership call.
We did it at our ALC retreat.
It was really fun. Are you done with me?
No, no.
Oh.
Just got started.
Yeah, so, okay, so she will be teaching on Thursday here at the Market Center at 10 a.m. And it was so kind to come down and teach us about listing presentations of show and tell. And you've got this on your calendar, right?
I do have it on my calendar.
Uh-huh.
Is it just me?
I think it might just be you. Jim Gamble also volunteered, so it could be like a really fun show between the two of you, and yet I think you have a lot to offer, because when I asked Matt about it, he said, tell me a little, you have some history with listing houses, is that right?
Yeah, I do. So, I sold in Hawaii for a couple of years and then moved back to Springfield, Missouri, and I joined a team and I was a listing specialist. So, 2 years in a row, I took more than 100 listings myself and worked them, and it was a lot of fun, and I learned a lot, and I got really burnt out. But the processes and conversion and listing scripts and how to run a CMA, all of that is definitely my jam, and I love teaching it. So, come and hang out.
No, super fun, excellent, okay. I put it, like, tune into Rebecca on Facebook.
I just
Agent
followed you.
Inferno. Totally check it out, it's super fun.
We are
And-
super fun.
Did you find it organically?
Yes, by
Yeah,
word of
yeah.
mouth, by direct word of mouth. last week.
You go on and share all kinds of tidbits, and I will speak before and put them on the spot, but I think it'd be totally fine for you to go and reuse any of the content that they're sharing.
Absolutely.
On your own pages, in your own words, so if
Yep.
you're ever looking for, like, I don't know what message to put out, that would be a great place to go look.
Yeah.
Also, she's got a podcast, I even put the official, like, look, it's on Apple, like, it's a
It
legit,
is a
like,
legit
official podcast. Tell us a little bit, we've been doing this for a little while, yes?
Yeah, we
Just
had our podcast
302
for-
ratings.
Listen, bro.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, you're right.
You're gonna do it.
Right, let's go.
Yeah, so I took a quick break from real estate, literally like 3 months right before the pandemic, and I worked in business to business sales, and then I got laid off. And when I got laid off, I'm like, well, what the heck are we gonna do with our lives now? And my husband and I love finances and personal finance, and investing and budgeting and flips, and we're like, oh, we're sitting home staring at each other, let's start a podcast, and so we did. We really just started back up, like, I don't know, 3rd or 4th season of it. And the first couple of seasons focuses on investing in personal finance and budgeting, and now we're going a little bit more into like different side hustles and way to make money. So,
Very cool. Very cool. And so then she'll be back on Monday to share more about that at 1 o'clock, so, and buying and selling rental
again, just
properties.
me.
It doesn't have to be, we can talk. I think you heard it. It's
I
funny
didn't
you're
share.
saying this, because like she can hold her own just fine, but I like it. No, I appreciate it.
Welcome, Doc. Great.
Okay, excellent, awesome.
Now
Next
you're
time I'm
done.
gonna share really fun pictures of you.
Okay. Yeah, you got the only 3 professional ones on my entire social media.
Guys, no, you did great, you did great, you did great. Okay, bold, you guys, I don't know if these got switched, I wanted to start with this one. So step 1 is tomorrow. From 9 till noon. It is free for everyone to attend, even if you have no intentions of coming to all steps. I highly recommend for you to come check it out. Obviously, a lot of you have come up and said how moved you were and how amazing Matt was last week and sharing with us his journey with Bold. So step 1 is tomorrow noon, 9 to noon, and then we've got the other steps listed out here. They're going to be on Wednesdays from 9 till 2:30. Skipping a week and then skipping a week when we all go to family reunion. So we are doing reimbursement, guys. So if you've got more questions around that, please reach out to me, but we will reimburse you for any transactions that have an effective date after Bold starts and close within 60 days after Bold is complete. So, okay, do we have Chris or Carolyn on today? Productivity coaching, you guys have your group coaching today, 1 to 3, so be sure to hop on if you need any help finding that link. Reach out to Anessa. And she would be more than happy to get that link over to you. Nick, do you want to come up and chat?
Yeah, sure, why
I know you
not?
love talking about numbers.
I mean, I do actually, but not everybody likes hearing them, so bear with me, guys. The numbers for the region, they were down in everything except volume related numbers. That kind of just goes with the market as it is right now. We want to look at our numbers, unfortunately, like Elizabeth said, last year's December was a little off. We had a little bit more production than typical Decembers. Last year was our biggest December ever by a mile. And we somewhat competed with it in listings taken especially. We were only down by 3. Pay attention to that, not that, that's not updated yet. But we were only down 3% in listings taken, and unfortunately down by everything else by about 15% or more. However, how we compared to the rest of the market, we were up in our growth of listings taken by 9.4%, as well as contracts written and written volume. So all the future numbers, so that's always good, just means that We're gonna have a better January on the way. And speaking of that, this is what our January looks like as of right now. We've closed 19 units for a volume of 7.3 million. We are on pace to have our biggest January ever, with a projection of 49 closed units and a volume of 15 million come on the way. So
Yeah. Hey, I don't know, buddy.
okay. Oh, that's you. That's not me.
Yay.
Okay. I was like, wait, can I slide or something?
What are you?
Dramatic animation.
I
Yeah.
know, I'm like, stuff's so fancy. Stuff's so fancy. Okay, this is something that many of you, I talked to you about, and sometimes the things I tell you to do seem really simple and foolish, and yet it works. So if you have not done so this year, I highly suggest, and I know it sounds silly, print out your database, print out your people, and go through and highlight those that have had major life-changing events. You would be surprised when you do this, whether it's they got a promotion, they had another child, they got a divorce, they have family that you know are wanting to move closer because they had, you know, like whatnot, right? Mom and dad's ill and they need to be closer to take care of them, maybe move them in. Highlight those people and then make that a priority of contacting them first. I tell you this now in January so that you're not kicking yourself in February and March and April when every other week somebody posts that they just put a sign in their yard and it's not yours. So I know it sounds silly, but I just have to plug that in there. Other lead generations that are opportunities that are disguised. This sounds silly, guys, but Restaurant Week is a great opportunity to go and socialize with people and treat your biggest referrers, but like use it as a great opportunity to treat somebody and you've got a little bit more control over the cost of that, whether it's going to lunch or dinner. The other thing is Chiefs playoffs games. I know it sounds really silly, but whether it's you're hosting something or you're forcing yourself to get out and be a little social, it is a great opportunity to be strategic about who you're surrounding yourselves with, because I kid you not, as agents, especially those that have been in the business, you know that it's what's going on with the market, and that leads quickly into, we've been thinking about doing something, so don't be afraid to host something. I know you got an opportunity this Sunday, right? And then if they win, you get another opportunity, and then there's like the big Chiefs game. Some agents are very strategic where they will host at their house and then they invite different couples over, maybe off of that list I just told you to create, right? And then it's like it is a huge lead generation where they're like, wow, I just got like 3 sales out of that one Chiefs game. Anyhow, January social content, I know I shared it yesterday, but don't forget it's out there if you need some ideas of what you can be sharing on social media or in emails, text messages, all that jazz. Okay, guys, 2022 required class. It is legit required. You do need to go on and register. And Randy has 3 opportunities for you to attend this week. So today, 1 to 3, you can go to the Overland Park office and attend that forms class. We have tomorrow 10 to noon in the Northland if you'd like to attend. And then we will be here on the plaza 10 to noon on Friday. So please be sure to go on and register if you want to attend one of those. The only other opportunities are the 3 next week. So you've got 6 left, guys, and then you're out of time. There is a Saturday option next week. It's the very last class. I'm sure it'll be very lively, as Randy might be excited to be done teaching the material.
How are we supposed to register for those?
How are we supposed to register for those? Anybody register?
Google form.
Yeah, there should be links that,
Yeah,
make sure you guys get.
Because I know I put it on my calendar to go this Friday, but I don't know if I registered for it.
Great feedback, Seth.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. We will send that out with a link to register for the happy hour. I like how we're like, here's a link to register for happy hour, but like.
Oh, yeah. by
You
the
get that
way,
link.
required
The
class
happy
is
hour
supposed
link
to
only
be, I guess,
unlocks
before
after you
Yeah.
register for the
I
required
actually-
class.
I love
Good
that.
Love it.
Right.
I love
Whoops.
it. Okay, guys,
Will there
what
be a
awards? Are we
webinar?
excited? I'm excited. Okay, so we closed a total of 20 million, 20.4 million last year in the month of December. It was our 2nd biggest December ever. So congratulations to us. Guys, so many of you, I have to speak, like I was shocked. Like we really thought the last 2 weeks of the month were gonna be like dead in here. Yeah. It was not dead in here. So many of you were like pushing through and like, nope, we're gonna work up until the very end, and super proud. Okay, so individual level. In 3rd place, we've got Kevin Howe. Congratulations. $1,090,000 in closed volume. Congratulations. Congrats. 6 listings and $1 million overlay and closed buyers.
Good job, Daisy.
Yes, it is Daisy.
Okay, in second place with 1.5 million, please get loud. I know she's online because I peeked when I sat down for the numbers. Miss Rebecca Kane. You are doing excellent. Okay, super excited that this one, okay, so different, I always get so happy and like, it's so fun. First and second place, a difference, I'm gonna do quick math, so be nice, okay? $22,000 difference between first and second place in individual level. So Rebecca, you did great. Katie beat you by $22,000, $1,545,000. I'm gonna just stand back. I'm just kidding. Congratulations. Okay, moving on to the team division, 2 or more selling agents. Trinity Homes comes in third place with 754. And in second place, we've got the Gamble Group with 1.1 million in closed volume. Congratulations. Is powerful. Okay. In first place with 2 million, we've got the Fussell Group. Congratulations. Congratulations, guys. Okay, team division or group division, 3 or more selling agents. We've got a closed volume of 682,000. So congratulations, guys. Okay, in second place with 814,000 in closed volume. That's Sanctuary Casey. You're very welcome. Congratulations. All right, and then in first place with 5,173,000 Austin Home Team. Online. So yay, Chris. Okay, excellent. Moving around. You like that? You guys.
Dun, 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 dun,
You might have thought that maybe he's a control freak and he's just here to make sure Rebecca behaves.
Honestly, that's kind of what I was thinking.
You're thinking like,
Yeah.
or that she did not do that, right?
But
No,
that was
Matt,
not true.
Matt decided to like, that's the fact.
Yeah, he was like, hey, you can't leave him hanging from last week
That's right. Get me pumped up.
after all that.
Come on.
Let's go.
Come on.
Right. And what, so I asked Sadie, I said, hey, what's up? I got a co-host. I told my agent I don't work with. So let me ask you, based on last week, what did you take away from yesterday's meeting? What resonated with you? What's kind of still like gnawing at you or bugging that we had discussed around the conversation last week? I'm just curious. I know you're saying come and get us back up again.
All right.
So,
I shared-
so what, no, I'm asking, like, what was it that fired you up and the message from last week?
Kind of me personally wanted me to get up and like get going, like the intellectual tour is something that hit me. As I actually shared that at class I was teaching the very next day. I've never heard that term. And when I heard it, I was like, wow. Spotlight. So it kind of motivated me to like do more than just learn. Does that make sense?
Right on.
Like get going. So
Yeah, I would echo that too. You fired me up. I was ready to go. I'm like, I'm gonna go take bold. So anyways, it was motivating to be that change for this new year. And just you can do anything you want to do. Anything's possible.
Okay, anyone else? Can I ask also a vulnerable question? How many of you were super fired up after last week and then went right back to what you've done every single week since and did nothing different? But you're like, that was fun. That was dynamic. Did you sign up for both? No. Did you actually increase your lead generation? No. What?
Like
You
buying a
couldn't,
treadmill
right?
and telling myself I'm gonna work out and then not ever use
Right?
it.
So that's, you guys, listen, I don't care if you're new, if you're in real estate, if you're in insurance, mortgages, title, whatever it is, this is the sticking point, right? It's how do we bridge the gap between intention and action? Right? There was a saying that said, there are 5 frogs are on a log, 4 decide to jump. How many are left? One? How many of you have a different answer?
Well,
deciding they're not
gonna
do it, so they're all still
sitting there,
Right. They just
Exactly.
decided.
Exactly, right? There's a huge difference between like making a decision and then taking commitment and then and taking action, right? Like I can decide that this is the year for me to change, and yet how I show up to the obstacles is everything, right? And so when we talk about 2022, I'd like for you to consider that 2022 is the year of change if you choose. 2022 can be the year of change if you choose. How many of you, when you take a look at like your business planning and you look at your goals, how many of you like have a little bit of energy around it that kind of resonates right around here, right? Get your stomach hurt a little bit. And how many of you are like looking at the market's numbers, looking at the region's numbers, watching the red bars versus the green bars, are like, is this doable? Is it possible? Etc. Right? So the reason is I asked, many of you, I said, how many of you have some energy around it? It's a completely different word than we often use. How many of you have a different word around what you're feeling around your goals for 2022? What's another word that you have around that?
Anxiety.
Anxiety. And you know the difference between anxiety and energy or excitement? You know what the difference is between those?
Perspective.
Is label. Yeah, it's just simply the story that we tell us around the energy. It's like physiologically inside, it's the same chemical reactions, it's the same stress hormones that are releasing, right? It's the same type of neurochemical things. So if we want to get like really nitty gritty around it, butterflies, anxiety are the same as excited and electric, right? There was a study, what was I watching? Where they literally had case studies of these different sample groups of students and performers and people taking tests and doing a speech. And they had one sample group where they didn't tell them anything. And like when they asked them how are they feeling at the beginning, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. And then the other group, they coached them on simply making one specific shift in their preparation. And they taught them to say, before you get started, before you take the test, before you make that call, before you knock on that door, whatever it is, they said, I am so excited to do this. Like, I am so excited for this next step. And just simply reframing that one word. Do you know what the difference was in the results? There was over a 28% difference in the results of the tests, of the conversions, of the sales, et cetera, by just shifting our focus around, right? And so when Sadie asked me to speak today, she's like, and I'm just like you, I'm looking ahead at 22 and going, how are we going to repeat what we just did, right? And so we got to make a couple choices. And so when I coach agents, there's topics, there's patterns, there's repetition that shows up. And I'd like to share with you, if it's okay with you, 3 of the biggest challenges or opportunities, if you want to change the label of it as well, that all agents at all levels of production, especially high performers, have. Would that be fair? If you have something to take notes, that would be a good opportunity to do that, because I am bringing slides, right? And so here's another challenge I'm gonna put out there. I like challenges. Can you tell? I like to put out challenges. I like this to be participatory and actually like something that you can take with you. There was a speaker that I watched a video just this past weekend, and he said at the beginning of the class, he says, I would like you to take notes as if you have to teach this in an hour. I'd like for you to listen as if you've got to go home and tell your family about it in detail. I'd like for you to absorb this or consider this as if you are now going to become the expert. Fair? Cool. So as we move forward, I'd like for you to consider this to take back to your teams, to take back to your families, to take back to your life. Does that sound good? All right, let's roll. So there's 3 areas where top performers all face challenges. And the first one is really a lack of clarity of purpose and big why. We kind of touched on this last week. The second is what I like to call the 2 M's of achievement. We'll go deeper into those in a minute. And the third is discipline and being out negotiated. So let's talk about the first one. And this is a topic that Gary starts all of his books with, every Keller Williams University class starts with, and it's about getting clear on your clarity and purpose and big why. And I think I think Gene Rivers said this, and he says, if you consistently say that your family is your big why, and you keep missing your goals, you either need new goals or a new family. Because one of them isn't working for you. It's really easy for us to say that our why, our purpose, or these things, and yet if we're not hitting our goals, then we're not really getting clear. And there's how like candid am I allowed to be?
Candy.
Like a level 10, can we have a level 10 conversation with adults?
Yes, gosh.
Yeah?
Sure.
So I'm gonna challenge you, and I'm gonna share something with you that a coach shared with me that kicked me so hard in the stomach that I still haven't recovered. Right? And he says, it's not that you lack clarity in your big why, you know exactly what your big why is. The fact is that you are too scared shitless of who you have to become in order to achieve it, that you choose to play small.
Yeah.
Huh. So I gotta ask myself that every day. Like, who am I refusing to be because I'm too afraid of who I have to become in order to achieve that goal? The goals that you wrote down for 22 and 22 are not too big, and the market really doesn't matter. It's who do you have to become this year in order for that to become a reality? And are you prepared to level up in your leadership? Are you prepared to be level up in your mindset? Are you prepared to level up in your own self-discipline? Are you prepared to say no to certain things that you've been saying yes to all this time? That you know are a distraction, but it feels good. So the biggest challenge that most people have is that they lack clarity in their purpose and their why, because they choose to write down the small thing that sounds good that someone in a class told them once, as opposed to getting really real and raw as to like what's at stake. Right? Last week we talked about what charities are missing out because of your choosing to just have enough. Right? What organizations or people are not getting the best of you because you're just okay. In 2022, you get to choose that enough's enough, and good enough is no longer good enough. So what resonates with you from that conversation there? What stands out for you? Just that first piece, before we get into number 2 and 3. How are we doing on time? Good? All right. You said 7-8 minutes and then you gave me 28, so.
Well, Randy has some stuff.
Oh, is there more? Okay, well, good. I can wrap it up quick.
No, you don't have, I think you should be fine. I think
Okay.
you probably, like, 7.
I didn't know there was anything after, so,
Yeah, you're
cool. So what was it, what kind of stood out for you in just that brief conversation piece around purpose and why?
I think being honest about who you really have to become. It's easy to be honest about like vision and why, because that's like the dream, that's the stuff that it's fun to talk about, but it's
Yeah.
not fun to talk about who you have to be to get those things.
Gosh, yeah. Yeah, we were just on a leadership call this past week where we talked about the ideal teammate and the reality of winning. And a lot of times when we think about winning, we think winning is fun. Winning isn't fun. The result of having won is fun for a moment. The process of becoming a winner is brutal, unfiltered, hard, dirty, unpolished, right? Sweaty, stinky sometimes. And yet it's that process that allows us to have the outcome, which is fun. And yet at the end of the day, just winning isn't necessarily a big enough why for many of us. Because how many of you have achieved a goal and at the end of it, you're like, hey, that was cool. And yeah, say it. So this first one I share with you, I'm not struggling with this with you at the same level with you, right? Like I still don't know who I'm gonna be when I grow up. And yet I'm leaning into a path and a direction as hard as I can at the risk of whatever, right? And maybe along the way, I'll self-discover a little bit more, right? Like maybe around the next turn, I'll say, oh, cool. Maybe I'll take a minute off of this exit before I continue on the highway, right? So I'm gonna challenge you, right? Find ways and ask yourself some big questions around clarity, purpose, and why. And during the last mastermind, Gary had posted 10 questions that he asks himself and has clarity around it. Do you have those? I can send them to you as well that are really, really good questions to at least get a direction, if not exactly what. So the second is attacking the 2 M's of your goal. And when we take a look at any of our goals, in order for us to achieve something different in our business, we got to come at it from one of 2 angles, mindset or mechanics. And sometimes both. Right, so when we take a look at our goal, if our goal is to increase by 50%, the question I got to ask myself is, how am I going to grow my mindset by 50% in order to hit that goal? How am I going to grow my leadership by 50%? How am I going to grow my discipline by 50%? How am I going to grow my accountability by 50% before I can even start attacking what to do? Right, because you will only achieve to the level of your mindset. Right, we talked about that the biggest chokehold of any business is psychology of the leader. Right, the psychology of the leader is the chokehold of the business. So when we talk about the next set of goals, we got to ask ourselves, who do I have to become? Mindset, and then mechanics. What do I have to do better? What do I have to do less of? That's no longer important. Where do I double down on those productive activities? What systems, tools, strategic options, and strategies have I not implemented it to its fullest that I'm just kind of touching the surface of? What more do I need to learn about command? What other follow-up systems or campaigns am I missing? What conversations am I not having because I don't have enough reminders to tell me so, or we don't have this blocked out enough, right? So there's mechanics around success as well. We know what to do. Why don't we do it? Well, mindset and mechanics. They both go together. And then lastly, it's discipline. And the fact is that agents, we talk about the reason why everyone gets into business is the freedom, the flexibility, and the money. We focus so much on the freedom and the flexibility, we never make any money. We come into this thinking as entrepreneurs, you're not the boss of me, I do what I want. But the reality is the highest performers and achievers in this industry are very strategic, very disciplined, very specific in what they do and when they do it, so that they can have all the time in the world to do what they want when they want it, with whom they choose. Right? So it's the discipline that equals freedom. Gary says that success is the ability to become good with the repetition and boredom of what it takes. Success is the ability to become good with the repetition and boredom of what it takes to succeed. And the reality is, and many of you could probably resonate with this, is that you're out negotiating the wrong person every single day. And that person is you. The moment you achieve any kind of resistance or encounter any kind of resistance, think about this, like when you're working out, or you're on a meal plan, or you're looking to change something in your life, there's that voice that creeps in, is like, oh man, you can take a break. You did more than before. It's totally good. Slow down. You know what? You deserve that piece of cake. Have another drink. It's okay. It's okay. It's early. Right? Hey, you already made 10 calls. You've never made 10 calls before. You don't need to make that 15 just because you said so. No one's going to know. How would they know? They're going to know. Oh my God. Right? You can always make it up. Be realistic. What other reasons come into your mind to keep you from your commitments? So you gotta be, look, in this business as salespeople, we negotiate all the time. However, at our own demise, we out negotiate ourselves from our dreams every single day. I know this because yesterday I started a new kettlebell routine, and it had 5 rounds of 4 moves, and I was 3 rounds in ready to throw up, and I was like, I'm good. I've not done this before. I need to slow it in, like ease in. No, I had to like it was loud and very, very clear. Like I should stop. My heart rate was telling me to stop. My breath was telling me. Every physiological indicator was like, you're going to die. And I said, no, the plan is 5 rounds. Take a little longer of a break if you need to. Press pause on the video if you need to. Stop out negotiating yourself for your dreams. Let your why be strong enough that you don't stop because it hurts. You stop when you're done. And if you're tired of starting over, stop quitting. And then watch 2022 be the year that you chose. Because you took action. You didn't make it, you didn't decide. You did it. You kicked its ass. Share with me what you heard.
I'm glad you're alive.
Me too. Not to say that I wasn't a little concerned. I was like, does it go this high? My heart rate is supposed to be at 181? For how long? I'm 40 something. Like I can't do this.
Asking yourself the questions of what systems, tools, strategies that you need to fill in the gaps with in order to achieve whenever you were talking about mechanics.
Yeah.
And then the biggest thing that stuck out to me was if you want your business to grow by 50%, how is your mindset
Yeah.
changing by 50%?
Yeah, they go hand in hand. Right. Right on. What else? Give me two more and we'll make way for Randy.
I think that to hear too from someone like yourself, because I do admire and have a lot of respect for that voice creeps in.
Every single, I like right now is creeping in like, Max, shut up. Just shut up. You're being too rude. Maybe you're getting into someone's face too much. Like, I'm getting that. However, right, my desire to see you guys succeed is greater for my fear of offending you. Right, and you gotta know that, right? Like, so if you hear something that kind of gets you sideways, just know I cared enough to have that conversation with you. And once you get over your feelings, hopefully you'll thank me. Because I don't care about your feelings. I care about your family's future.
Yeah, and it is all mental. Everything in life
Yeah.
is mental and
Yeah.
perspective and mindset. So like we just have to change that, you know. We're gonna kill it, you know, and go do something that you've never or that you thought of this year. Go, it doesn't have to be tied to your business. It could be anything, you know, and just go tackle it.
Yeah, and you're gonna suck.
Yeah.
And it's gonna look stupid and you're gonna feel bad. It's gonna suck. Like, and you have to be okay with sucking for a while. Like everyone did their first deal. Everyone did their first hire and messed it up. Everyone's done their first marketing campaign. They got like nasty replies back. Like whatever, like it's gonna suck and it's gonna be uncomfortable. And as you keep going and everyone else stops because it sucks, you're going to continue to create gaps between you and everyone else.
Yeah.
Right? So be okay with sucking, take action anyway, have someone in your corner and just go after it. Like just go. That's all.
Well, a reminder too that often those voices are creeping into your clients' heads, right? And then we need to remind, we're thinking about what those are, and we often, as I've been told, good about looking at blind spots and what other people might be thinking, if that's important. I want to do some more awards. So I'll go through this quickly, and I apologize, I forgot that we still have units to give away. So we had 62 closed units last month. In the individual level, in third place, we've got Ms. Adrian Towner. Congratulations. We also have Kaylee Valdez. Congratulations, Kaylee. And Tanner Swisher. Congratulations, Jim Vogel. Alina is in second place with 2 closed units. Congratulations, Alina. And Jessica Howe also tied for second. So congratulations, Jessica. In first place, we've got Miss Katie Forrest. And Kevin Howe. I'm going to give you both of these so you don't have to watch it.
Perfect.
Congratulations, first and second there to the house. Katie Forrest.
Thank you very much.
Tied for first, 3 closed units. Congratulations. Also in first place, Miss Rebecca Kane. So congratulations, Miss Rebecca. All right, in the team division in third place, we've got a tie with Ariel Kuchmeister. Congratulations. Also back team KC. I saw really well on there. Congratulations. You know, ladies. Elite Properties. Congratulations, Andy. And the Gamble Group. 3 closed units. SP Homes. Infinity Homes. And Courtney and the Turner Filing Homes team. So congratulations. All All right, first place in the team division goes to the Facel group with 7 closed units. All right, in the group division, we've got in 3rd place, I'm gonna get myself ready here. Sanctuary KC. There we go, almost there. Congratulations. Excellent. And then in 2nd place with 4 closed units, we've got the Carthage group, so. And in 1st place, Austin Home Team, 15 closed units. Congratulations. All right, we will get all the graphics out for you all and on social media, so congratulations to all of our top producers. It sold over 500,000 in the month of December. Very excited for you. And we got the $1 Million Club, Katie, Gamble Group, Kevin Howe, Rebecca Kane, congratulations. $2 Million Club goes to the Sub Group. $5 million club. Congratulations, guys. I do have the wonderful Randy Vanderpool. What do you need?
Yeah, that quarter.
This one?
Yep.
Okay, so Randy is going to, Nick is gonna take care of it.
My switcher broke.
Excellent. Randy, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, it's a little quiet. Let me turn it up.
I got it.
All right. I love that mindset and mechanics. So one of the things in terms of mindset that you should keep in mind is it's so much easier to go into a listing appointment if you are the local market economist. So Jackson County in December, 0 to 30 days, 72.4% of the homes sold in under 30 days. 31 to 60, 88.4% of homes sold in under 60 days. So obviously it's about letting the client know that getting it priced right out of the gate within those first 30 days is going to yield them the most amount of money. I just, I stopped by in one of the conference rooms here. One of the agents introduced me, told me about her clients. They had received 25 offers on their home and they were just ecstatic. And again, that's what happens when you price it competitively. For December, basically the supply trends kind of switched a little bit on us. So they actually started heading down. They had been trending upwards for the last 3 months and they took a downturn, but sales for the MLS were actually down 24% as well. So the home price index, if you remember, anybody who's been at my statistics class, the home price index is how they measure all 50 states, and that every single sale is reported to the Federal Housing and Finance Authority. For Missouri, we're back down to pre-pandemic levels, ranked 33rd. And Kansas is ranked 41st. That's in the top, that's in all the states combined. In the Kansas City metro area, we also dropped down as a combined thing to 78th. If you remember last year, we were ranked as high as 8th in the country. We were tied with New York for the most competitive marketplace. So we're back down where we were pre-pandemic. I think we'll see the inventory start to reverse a little bit, getting more homes on the market. So again, it's just critical that you're that local economist of choice. That's all I got.
Did you want to go over, I had code of ethics stuff in here. Do you want to do that next time or do you want to do the standard practices, the changes in that? Or
Yes, well, yes, I'll be happy to go over those. Basically, standard of practice 1- hold on, let me quote you correctly here.
We have it up.
1-8, it's on the screen if you want. Nick's got it
Yeah,
up
thank
there.
you. So standard of practice 1-8 was created basically to mirror 1-7. 1-7 is the fact that listing agents had to present all offers and counter offers, including even after the offer is accepted. Now they've come out with 1-8, and this says that the buyer's agents must present all offers and counter offers until acceptance, but they have no obligation to continue to show properties after an accepted offer. So again, also, if that listing agent asks you for written certification that you presented that counter offer, you do have to get that to them. Also, you can switch to the next slide. And I knew this was coming from the meeting in San Diego, but this is all driven, as you'll hear when you come to my year-end class, this is all being driven by the Department of Justice going after NAR. But this is one of the things that we agreed upon in that agreement, which they then withdrew, but we cannot represent that our services to a client or customer are free or available at no cost to their clients, unless the realtor will receive no financial compensation from any source for those services. Now, if you're doing that, you actually have a lot of mindset work, and I'd recommend a psychiatrist if you're working for free. But we can't say that when we're representing buyers anymore. I know that that was a popular thing to say, hey, my services don't cost you anything. The seller is paying everything. We can't do that anymore. So you'll learn a little bit more about the background on that when I see you for the year-end classes. Sold out. I might think about scalping tickets, but I've got 90 people here in OP at 1:30, and just check the calendar for the next dates available.
You wanna go, and we've got in its present condition, do you wanna go over that?
This one I'll cover more extensively during the training, but bottom line is that last year's box 2 is now this year's box 1. This year's box 2 is now the buyer can conduct inspections, but they cannot cancel after those inspections. So they can spend $1,100 to find out it's the most horrible home available, and they can't cancel. I think we're going to see listing agents out there. I think you're better off with box 1 or box 3, quite honestly. Box 2, I've already had situations arise, different situations, like all of a sudden there's a denial letter for their financing. I think you're going to see buyers who find out it's a terrible home and they're going to default on the loan. So I have no idea why the forms committee felt the need to have 3 boxes again. Of course, last year, if you remember, box 1 was worthless. That was just what's in the contract anyway. And again, they did add this box. So just keep in mind that the buyer is going to have knowledge only information, but they can't cancel, they can't renegotiate, nothing. Now, box 3 remains the same. You can't even conduct inspections. And again, if your client is making that choice, you must have them sign our Keller Williams inspection advisory disclosure and hold harmless form. Because again, my job's to protect you. And when I protect you, I end up protecting the brokerage as a byproduct. But again, box 2 is not a great idea in my mind. But you know, of course, your buyers are the decision makers. As I often say, our job's to give them the facts, the probable outcomes, and they get to make the decision. But again, the new box 1 is the only one that allows the buyer to walk away after conducting inspections. And again, if you're listing agents here, keep in mind, box 2, great, you can say, hey, you can't cancel, but you also have a property that's tied up for a while if they're not going to close on it. So just keep that in mind. That's why I say box 2 is not a great option, I think, for buyer or seller, but I realize that right now we've got a shortage of inventory. Not that that's news, but it did take a downward turn this last month, but I expect it to go up particularly as interest rates rise this year. And of course, due to the inflation, I think the Federal Reserve said they're planning on raising rates 3 times this next year. And I think we'll probably see that sooner rather than later with the inflation that was happened last month. So
Randy, sorry to interrupt. So the I think would be good to clarify here, and I'm so glad you're bringing this to our attention, is when you were calling and asking questions of that listing agent, do you have any box 3s? Do you have, what form are you using? And I know all of us get excited when we win in a bidding war, or when we are negotiating and we're going back and forth with different pages. Slow down and take a minute to make sure that you're clear on exactly which as is addendum, because right now some people are working off of 2 different forms still.
yeah,
Correct, Randy?
great point. And again, you want to utilize the 2022 forms. They are all out there in DocuSign. They're all out there, in the file that Kyle gave instructions if you are still utilizing .loop. And again, I'm always big about your protecting your business. So if you want to utilize that Keller Williams inspection advisory disclosure and hold harmless, it's optional for box 2. So if you feel like you'd like to utilize it for box 2, fantastic. It's required for box 3 though. So I leave that at your discretion, and I look forward to seeing everybody at the year-end class.
Excellent. Thank you, Randy.
You're welcome.
Have a great day. Thanks, guys. Happy Tuesday. Yay. I'm fired up. Like, how many things do I get to say no to today? Gross.
Sorry.
Right? No. I think that's my thing. I gotta change it all. Go to the no. No. No.
Not a yes
Yeah.
person, but a no.